Hi guys, Maria here from Maria Unleashed. Welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about this one right here. So now that is Tiger Balm, and that actually inspired me to have a quick podcast episode about natural remedy. So it doesn't mean that I'm going to teach you how to make this one because this recipe is actually, was perfected millennia ago. But I really want to show you why it's so amazing to learn the skill of making your own skincare or little skin remedies yourself. And it's a lot of fun. It is fairly easy, I would say. And I mean, what a cool thing to do, in the cold winter month, or depends where you are. Maybe it's not cold, but in Europe it's generally cold and people like to, just stay inside. And I believe it's time to just spoil yourself or to create fun products with with your children at home. So either way, today is going to be about natural handcrafted products you can make yourself and learn how to make yourself at home with little experience, and literally just get started with what you have. So again, this inspired me. Like, this is white Tiger Balm, and I am in Asia at the moment, so of course I had to get my Tiger Balm from here, and I love it. Why? Because I can use it for literally, I don't want to say everything, but a lot of little ailments my skin and body has. So, and that's why I love to make my own skincare, because if you've been following me, you know that I like my skincare minimalistic, because it's easy, it's hassle-free, and because I travel a lot, I don't have the nerve to carry so much stuff. I just want one product that sorts out my entire body. Done. Right? And every time. And then it's done. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to come back to it later in the day. I apply it and that's it. And this is why I love this product as well, because it's not just for one tiny spot, like let's say just for headaches, just for insect bites, just for sore muscles, and only for sore muscles, in your shoulder area. It's like, oh, and if you have backache, use this one. No, that's nonsense. We don't need that. It's one product that serves multiple purposes. So the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because as much as I love it, and I love Tiger Balm, but what I don't like is that the base of the product is actually paraffin. And I just don't like it. I don't want this type of product or carrier oil on my skin. I just prefer beeswax, for instance. That is just what I like, or shea butter, or cacao butter, or whatever I feel like. But those are usually the choices I go for. And then also what I like is to just make it, to make the consistency basically dependent on where I am, because when I am in Germany, I prefer to make the consistency of my salves and ointments a little bit softer. When I am like here in Asia, in a very warm country, I want to make it more solid, because otherwise it's just too runny, right? And I hate that when you have that. I don't know, this is something I have in my bag, like I carry it with me, and imagine you get it out and you forget a moment that it's hot and that you have to be careful with it, and you just open it and it basically spoils all over your clothes or your bag. And I've had that happening so often to me, and well, because I'm not very careful with that either, and I forget, so I'm like, damn, shit. Okay, so yeah, that's just another one I really like, because I get to personalize my own products. Otherwise, I love it. I really, really do love it. And again, that's why I bought it here. I mean, it's a classic and it's been used for thousands of years. So come on, there's a reason why, because it's really, really good. And if you don't like a certain essential oil they use in it, some, for instance, the peppermint or mentho, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it definitely has this pepperminty smell, because it has this cooling effect, and some people don't like it. Maybe you have an allergy. You can just literally create your own, the one that is perfect for you. And I focus on that in my online class. So I'm going to link it. If you want to head over to the shop and look at it, feel free. I invite you to just have a look around. If you see what you like, or if you want to become a member, that's also amazing, because you can unlock every single course and my health and wellness library if you like. Again, I'm going to link everything below, but you don't even have to. So it is so simple, and you can even start, like if you're not sure if you like it, or if you don't want to pay for it yet, you can just like look online. There are so many DIY recipes out there, and I would say just get started, but use a product that you actually want to use, because otherwise, if it's something you don't really like, you don't really use, then you're not going to use it. You're not going to end up actually enjoying it, the entire process, and probably the product. So I definitely recommend, if you want to get into all that, start with a product that you actually want to use later. Then another one is that I have recently I bought a magazine that was actually a German or an Austrian magazine, and it said, like on the title, it was 101 DIY recipes, like natural recipes, something like that. And I thought, hey, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Like, what do they have? Like, hit me. What do you have? And I was literally just going through them, and again, like pages of pages. 101 recipes in one magazine is a lot. And I was like, okay, right. So it's obviously a lot of the same. And then who needs 101 recipes? I mean, let's face it. Are you going to use all these recipes? I mean, maybe if you have a business, but as a private person, not really. And who needs that anyway? Like, for me, and that's my personal opinion, if you need 101 products, you are doing it wrong. But again, that's just me. So I thought, okay, still have a look at it. And I also want to learn how to, optimize my phrasing and how to explain certain processes, right? When I give you instructions. So I'm like, okay, look at it. Like, what do I understand? Like, when I look at it, because I didn't write it, those weren't my recipes. So, what does it feel like when I am the customer? And what I noticed immediately was that I had a very strong feeling that it was all written by ChatGPT. And what can I say? It didn't feel great, because I was like, okay, so first of all, it's 101 DIY recipes. Okay. Of this, like 100 recipes, I found 3 actually useful. And then there were some recipes, and again, that is too many, in my opinion. That's just way too many. You should, I don't know, have one base recipe formula, or, whatever. And then that's the way I like to teach, and I like to learn it that way, is where people really explain to me what each ingredient does and why we use it, and also give me some alternatives, because what is if I don't like it? And then to understand that and to get the recipe or the formulation right, I need to know what it actually does, the ingredient. Can I just take it out? Is that an essential? Or is that just one carrier oil I can swap with another one? And then how is the consistency going to change by doing that? Stuff like that. And I really just like to give you that information, because if you understand what it's all about, you will always be able to help yourself. Even if you start with a complete new recipe, you will be able to figure it out because you understand the basics. But the way they did it was more like, I don't know, it didn't feel very personal. And what really, really angered me was there were so many recipes where I thought, okay, 1 second, did you actually do this recipe yourself? Have you once tried it yourself? Because from where I'm sitting and reading it, it doesn't make any sense. So it's a bit like baking. If you are a baker, or not even a professional baker, like just baking, if you have made bread before or a cake, you will know you need flour, then you need a liquid like water, milk, oil, something like that. You will need egg to hold it all together. Probably a bit of sugar, a bit of, a few nuts, whatever you need, or fruits, whatever. But the base is pretty much always the same, because you need certain ingredients to keep it stable, right? To make an actual something, a cake and not just a runny, liquidy mass that yeah, that's like literally running away. You can't cut it, you can't do anything with it. If it's too liquidy and like pudding, I don't know, you will call it pudding, right? Because it is. But then if you want to have a cake looks a certain way. And now imagine I give you a recipe for a cake or a bread, and it says use 1 liter of water, 100 grams sugar, and 1 egg. And you're gonna be like, I'm sorry, what are we doing here? And that happened with so many skincare recipes as well. Where I'm like, how is this supposed to work exactly? Like, is there a part 2 coming? What's going on? And that's exactly it. Now I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, you guys, but that's so shitty. Because now imagine someone going to the store, picking up this magazine, believing or like thinking, hey, let's give it a try. Like, I'm not the greatest fan of it. Do I believe? Not really, but hey, let's give it a try. And then they see these types of recipe that were in, I don't know, I wasn't there. I didn't write them. I didn't, observe them do it, but it really felt like ChatGPT was writing them. And again, they made no sense. 3 of them, 2 or 3 actually made sense and they were good, but the rest was just, what are you guys doing? What? Okay, so imagine that person going home trying to recreate this recipe based on this on these instructions, and then gonna be like, what the heck? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? What is that supposed to be? It's not a cake. And it's not a natural deodorant. It's a shit show, like literally. And then they're gonna be like, fuck that. And immediately they're gonna have this dislike towards homemade products, because they will always have this connection to, I tried that once and that was a huge failure. And that's so sad because it's really a lot of fun if you are into it. So if you are one of these people who have tried it before and it didn't really work out, maybe it was not the right DIY recipe for you. Or maybe the explanation wasn't good enough. So I definitely want to welcome you to, if you're into it, definitely give it another chance. Like, just use, let's say now it's like the fall season, and I really like to use cough balm, for instance. So my cough balm, the way like ointment and salves, that's going to be my workshop where I explain this, and where I also teach how you can make this base recipe, how you can turn that into a solid perfume, a lip balm that's also suitable for insect bites and minor burns and all of that, because again, I like to have one product to sort it all out. And I also explained to you how to turn that into a cough balm, because again, it's like the flu season and I really like to have it. It's also great as a muscle wrap, just like the Tiger Balm, and it's literally made to order. Like, it's my preferences and I know what I like and I know what scents and essential oils I want to use. Or maybe I don't want to use any, and again, you can make it your perfect balm or whatever you need it to be. And I just love that, especially in the winter season. And you can make it as big or small as you want, little portions, or you can make a few more portions and then give them away during the Christmas season. And that's usually what most people, my family and friends, circle of friends as well, are like very happy to receive these little goodies. And what everyone says is, I love that I can use it for everything and I love how long it lasts. And that's exactly it. Like, great product, it shouldn't be just made for one certain thing, just lip balm and just for your lips. No, like, nature doesn't work like that. It wouldn't profit from us doing it like that. It's probably more like, here you go, and now don't come back. It's like nature doesn't profit from us coming back and asking for more all the time. But the industry does. And the way they design these products is extremely smart, because the way they put it together is literally, they make you addicted to it. So your skin gets used to it. and other body parts as well. Your hair as well, it's a big one, hair as well. mm, Basically, once you started using it, you cannot go without them. And it's extremely hard. And I know that because I escaped this circle. And I'm so glad I did. And I did that more than over 10 years ago. And I just wish that my family, that my mother would have told me, like, don't ever use that. But she didn't know better. So yeah, we were all trusting and like, yeah, the industry obviously wants our best. Duh. Maybe, maybe not. And I just really love to take care of that myself now. And the good thing is, like when you do that, you have this liberty of just always being able to create your own products that are made for you, for your skin. And no matter whether you are a teenager, in your menopause, it doesn't matter. You are in charge and you have the knowledge. And with that knowledge, you can always create new products. And again, it's so amazing. And I personally love that I have one recipe for my healing moisturizer and that's it, done, sorted. And literally this is gonna be my skincare partner until I leave this planet. And it's just so nice to not have to care about it too much anymore and to worry and to like, oh, what's coming out now, like which ingredient. Okay, maybe you don't know that because you're not from the industry, but if you do work in the beauty industry, in the healthcare industry, the stuff you witness there is insane. And when I hear from my lab, they always update us on what's going on, what's happening, what's changing, etc. Which ingredients are suddenly banned from the market. When we're like, yeah, good that they are finally banned, yay. And sometimes it's like, why would you ban this ingredient? This is actually very wow. However, it's never getting boring behind the scenes. But I'm just saying, there are a lot of ingredients, products that are not great for you. It's a quick fix. It's supposed to heal, to mask a problem, and you will always have to go back to it. So it will never heal the source of the issue. And for me, it's very important to do that. I always want to focus on the source of the problem, neutralize this, right? Bring it back into balance, done. And then your skin will be able to sort itself out again because it's meant to do it anyway. But if you don't let it do its job, well, it's difficult. And you will always probably struggle with like minor or severe skin issues. And yeah, again, it can be sometimes, or very often actually, it's also stress related. So I want to point that out as well. It's not always just product related, and you cannot just, it's not a magic pill. Like products are it's not this, ooh, let's take it and it's all gone. No. So I definitely want to point that out as well. Like sometimes if it is stress related, for example, you will not solve your skin issue by adding more products. So I would definitely recommend you to use natural products, healthy products that don't add to the issues your skin is dealing or your entire system is dealing with already. So I would definitely go all organic and natural. And it can be, again, it's not even the price, it can be just a basic healthy sesame oil, I don't know, right? It doesn't have to be fancy, but I would definitely make sure, like if my skin is open or irritated, I'm not going to put anything artificial on it. No synthesized products, no perfume, no nothing like that, because your skin barrier, your shield, your protective shield is literally broken, and now you are just rubbing more artificial products into it, and that's the kind of stuff that's not supposed to enter our system. So I would definitely look out for that, and I would definitely start understanding or learning the ingredient labels, and to really understand what it means and what to look out for, what to avoid, and how to spot great products. It's so important. Like that is one of the first, and I would say one of the most important steps to take if you are into that, and if you want to learn how to really recognize great products and how to differentiate them from not so great products. And if you are like me and want to just live with a handful of products and not 20 products, and I mean a handful in total for your entire body head to toe, and even that is like I could even live with 3 products. like 5 is a luxury. But I'm just saying it's really, really nice if you don't have to worry about it anymore at all. Yes, the one thing we don't have to worry about. And also, again, like really focus on bringing. Yeah, I would say, I don't know if you know the saying, but the skin is a mirror of your soul. Is that a saying in English? I don't know. It is in German. And it's very true. So if you do suffer from severe skin ailments, conditions, in whatever it is, it's really important to really sort out your inside as well. And then just avoid products that are polluting your body on top of it. I would definitely say, yes, that's important. But I do want to point out, it does not mean that you use one of my products and you are healed. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. I wish it would, but it's not. Because the issue is not your skin. It's not the skin that actually has this issue. So it's just a sign that your skin is, your body is talking to you, and it probably says, stop. At least that was in my experience always the case. And honestly, I didn't know. I didn't pay any attention. And in the end, I had help along the way as well, and now I just know if something is cooking up. And I just had recently, like just maybe a week ago or so, I had a little issue, or I had a internal conflict, I would say, and my skin reflected that right back to me. But now I'm already briefed, like I'm already okay, cool. I knew that was coming. I felt it immediately, like when I had this internal struggle with myself, essentially. I knew it's gonna come, and it did. And I didn't panic, and I didn't plaster products on it and just freaking out and making it worse than it is, and just probably like poking around it and stuff. No, that makes everything worse. So it's literally just my skin telling me what's going on inside, but I already felt it when it was happening, because now I know what to look out for. And I'm saying thank you very much, but I'm already on top of it. So please, I'm trying to figure it out. So I made peace with the issue that I was having, and surprise, like 9 or 10 days later from where it started, and it starts always with a little tickling. I have the little tickle. I get it here, and I get it on my arm sometimes. And then I know, damn. But I know it's gonna come. I'm gonna say thank you very much for telling me, and then I'm gonna sort it out. That is my job. And then usually it sorts itself out. And if it doesn't, then I go see someone for it, definitely. But I'm not gonna take any pills. So I usually give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks for myself to figure it out, my skin, my body to figure it out. And then again, usually it's already sorted by that time. And if not, then I do seek medical help for sure. So that's also important, and I want to point that out. But again, it's definitely worth to connect a little bit deeper and better with yourself, make friends with yourself, and then your body is, or at least in my case, is communicating with me. And now I know. And it was really great to see that if I do listen, if I do make a few adjustments internally, and if I leave it alone, again, I'm not, I'm just helping it. I'm not going to put any random products onto this. Just what did I use? Passion fruit oil, I believe that's what I'm using right now. And I always cleanse it with my handmade soap, always perfume free, essential oil free as well, because that would actually be a bit harsh on open skin. So I just use gentle soap, a little bit of plant oil, done. And then I just look how it reacts, and sometimes it's even better to don't use anything. And there you go. If you give it a little bit of time, it will just sort itself out. And here you go. So really, it's well, I'm just going to speak for myself, but it was a really nice journey for myself. It took a few years to understand, but I really hope that maybe I can just give you a little spark to connect with yourself, and to not look at it as you are my enemy. That does not help. I tried that too. It doesn't help. So make friends with yourself, and maybe look at your products, look at the ingredients, what you are actually like spreading over your largest organ, because that's what your skin is. And we are doing it on a daily basis, which is insane. And we are doing it for, literally almost since we are born. Isn't that insane? So yeah, if you are into all that, then I definitely want to welcome you, or to welcome you to visit my website, check it out. Maybe there's something that you like. Maybe you want to get into some very easy, fun DIY recipes and the basics about holistic skincare. If you have a question, let me know on social media, or just comment below, or send me an email if you like. And I hope that I will see you again, or you will see me again the next time. Okay, cool. Thanks for joining until the end.